Hey guys, how is it going? So a lot of people has been asking me about this 2D rig face that I shared on my YouTube channel a few days ago and how to make it happen in Lightwave 3D. So I decided to do this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, for this tutorial, we are going to be using a brilliant plugin from Storm. It's called Y.S Character Management. It's a free plugin, and I'm going to leave the link on the description of this video so you can go ahead and download it. Okay, so first, let's get familiar with this plugin. Once you have installed the plugin, you're going to be able to find it in the Master Plugins window down here. So let's load it, and we have the plugin. First, let's go to the edit mode right here. And when we right click anywhere in the plugin, we're going to be able to find this menu. Here, you're going to be able to create buttons and properties and all this stuff. So first, I am going to create my character right here. What is it? Right here. And in the top left, I can see that my character has been created. Next, I'm going to create a tab right here, and there's my tab. So now that I have my character and my tab, I am going to edit the properties of those two elements. First, the character right here, and from here, I am going to give a name to my character. There it is. Okay, now I'm going to edit the tab right here, and let's give a name to our tab. Keep in mind that you can actually create as many tabs per character. One can be used for face, for a face rig. The other one for selecting things, or maybe you want to use one just for Lightwave commands. You name it. Okay, so now we're ready to create our first button right here. So I click button, and this little square appears. And right clicking on the little square, I am getting this window, and I'm gonna hit properties, and here's my properties window. Okay, now I am going to edit the properties of my button, starting with the size. I enter the size from here, and I can also give a name to the button right here, and the size of the button, and also the appearance of the button, colors and transparency and everything. So here's my button. Looking better actually. But now I'm going back. I'm going to edit the properties again, and take a look to this section here. Whatever I have selected in Lightwave is gonna be there. And in this section, we have some preset commands that the plugin comes with. Now, when I have something highlighted here, the plugin internally is doing a control copy operation. You don't need to control copy here. If you have it highlighted here, you already did that. So we can go ahead now and paste it into this section right here. We have 9 more test fields if we need it, just in case. So this little line is asking me for one item, and actually if you look here, we have one item, which is something, whatever we have selected in Lightwave. So I just paste it right there. Let's hit OK, and let's test this. We need to go to the use mode right here in order to test it. So I'm going to select something different. Let's select the cone, and let's hit the button, and we can see that the selection goes to the cube. Let's try with the sphere, and once again the cube gets selected. Okay, let's try some duplicates on our button. Let's go to the edit mode again. I'm gonna move this right here, and I'm gonna duplicate, right click and duplicate. I'm gonna do it twice, so I have 3 buttons now. I am going to rename, and also I am going to change the item's name right here, updating it for this and for this button. I'm going to do the same. There it is. Now let's go to the use mode right here. And now you can see that I'm selecting those 3 elements with my 3 buttons. Very nice. Okay, now let's try something different. I'm going to create another button here in edit mode, create button. And I'm going to give it different colors and sizes, and I want to show you something. I'm going to name this one move. Okay, here we go. So if you're wondering where I'm getting all these commands from, well, if you go to the Utilities tab and let's go hit here the L-Script Commander. So this little window is really amazing because everything that I do in Lightwave gets recorded or, noted here. As you can see, I'm moving my ball and the commander is noticing what I'm doing. So if I double click right here, I can access this information, control copy, and let's go back to our button right here, double click properties, and let's paste that information right there. So we have all this big number. It's actually 3 numbers. That's position X, Y, and Z. So I just 0, 0, and for Z I'm gonna hit 6. And let's go to the use mode, and when I hit my button, look what happens. Really cool, huh? Okay, let's duplicate our button one more time and duplicate. And for this button I want to try something different, maybe Z negative. The first one was Z positive, so how about Z negative? I'm going to change the name. You can name here whatever, give whatever name you want, but the more important thing is right here. I just put the negative into the 6, and look at that. We have forward and backwards in 2 different buttons. How nice. So let's try some rotations. I am duplicating the button right now, and I'm gonna change some values. Let's change the name. Let's put rotation, and let's put rotation plus, I guess. Okay. Of course, we need to change the values on the little piece of code right here, and I'm going to change position for rotation. And now these 3 values, of course, are heading, pitch, and bank. I'm going to change the pitch. I'm going to put something like 30, maybe. Let's see. Okay, hit OK. Go to use mode, and now my ball rotates. Okay, so let me go to edit mode again, and I'm gonna delete this one, and I'm gonna duplicate this one. Let's change the name, rotate minus, and on the pitch I'm gonna put a minus right there too. So here we go. So I can select anything, and I can do anything, rotate, or whatever command you want. Now, something very interesting, if you want to know all the commands that you have available in your Lightwave, we can go to the Utilities tab, and let's hit right here, Save Command List, and let's save this anywhere you want. And let's go there. This is a text editor file, and look at this. These are all the commands that you can use, whatever. In this case, I have something like Graph Editor. So how about if we create a button with Graph Editor? Here it is. Now I'm going to put a 0 right after the Graph Editor text, and let's create another button with Graph Editor 1. So the one with the 0 is going to close the Graph Editor, and the number 1 is going to open it. So there it is. Okay, now let's talk about saving our setup right here. So I go to the edit mode and right click and save. That's expected, that's normal, but there's one little thing that we have to keep in mind. Right after I save this one, I need to go to master plugins and hit right here. We can go ahead and close this one and hit the file list button and hit the add button, and let's point the file that we just saved. I'm gonna close everything, and I'm gonna save my scene with Lightwave scene. So this is the way that Lightwave is going to remember all my settings in my plugin. Don't forget to do that because it's very important. Okay, in part 2 of this tutorial, I promise I'm gonna teach you how the heck to connect this with this. See you in part 2.